It was everywhere. On playgrounds, in classrooms, stuffed into binders, hidden in backpacks. Kids trading, arguing, battling. And if you had that one card, you were basically a legend. Teachers tried to ban it, parents didn't understand it, and somehow it only made it bigger. But then it disappeared. Or at least that's what it felt like. Because years later it came back, bigger, stronger, and somehow even more valuable. This is the story of Pokémon! The late 1990s were a strange and exciting time. The internet was just starting to enter homes. That loud dial-up sound meant you were about to explore something new. Cell phones were rare, and if you had one, you probably weren't allowed to use it. After school didn't mean screens. It meant bikes, friends, and whatever you could carry in your backpack. But then, something different appeared. And it didn't just fit into that world. It took it over. Pikachu! In the late 1990s, something new started to spread. At first, it didn't look like much, just a simple game on a handheld console. But what those games created was something much bigger than anyone expected. Because Pokémon wasn't just a game. It was a system, a world, a collection. You didn't just beat it, you collected it. You traded, you battled, you searched for things other people didn't have. And that feeling, that was addictive. Then came the cards, and everything changed. Suddenly, every kid had a binder. Pages filled with commons, a few rares, and maybe, if you were lucky, a holographic. And if it was a Charizard, that wasn't just a card. That was status. That was power. That was everything. You didn't even need to play the game. Just having the right cards was enough. Trades felt intense, like real negotiations. You'd sit there, flipping through someone's binder, trying not to act too interested, even though your heart was racing. By 1999, Pokémon wasn't growing anymore. It had taken over. The TV show? Everywhere. The cards? Sold out. The games? Massive. And then, the movie.
The hottest thing in the 12 and under set is coming soon to a theater near you. Pokémon the movie joins Pokémon the video game and Pokémon the trading card as must-sees and must-haves.
Kids packed theaters, lines wrapped around buildings. This wasn't just popularity. This was a phenomenon. Some schools banned cards entirely, not because they were dangerous, but because they were too distracting. But if you didn't have cards, you felt left out. Like everyone else was part of something, and you weren't. Trades turned into arguments. Arguments turned into drama. And sometimes, you made a trade that you regretted instantly. And still, none of that mattered. Because for a while, Pokémon felt unstoppable. It felt like it would last forever. But hype doesn't last forever. Kids grew up. New games came out. New trends took over. And Pokémon quietly faded. The games kept going. New regions, new Pokémon. But the craze? That was gone. Binders got stored away. Cards left in drawers. And something that once felt like everything became just a memory. Until 2016, when something unexpected happened. Pokémon came back, but not the way anyone expected. It wasn't a card. It wasn't a show. It was your phone. Suddenly, people were outside again, walking, exploring, looking at their screens, but together. Parks filled up, Streets crowded. Groups of strangers, all chasing the same thing. You'd hear someone say, "There's something rare over there," and people would run. Hundreds of them. It felt unreal. People who hadn't thought about Pokémon in years were suddenly back. And for a moment, it felt like being a kid again.
Mobile game app Pokémon Go has only been out for a few days, but it's already got millions following their smartphones to the most random places.
People across America and even the world are taking to the streets looking for these little animated critters.
And then, it happened again. Around 2020, Pokémon cards came back. But this time, it wasn't just kids. It was collectors, investors, content creators. Old cards suddenly worth thousands. Sealed packs treated like treasure. Stores couldn't keep them on shelves. And that same Charizard, the one that made you cool as a kid, was now worth real money. Not just a few $100s, but tens of thousands. Sometimes more. That card? It wasn't just cardboard anymore. It was a down payment on a house. People went back to their closets, their attics, searching for something they forgot they had. Because suddenly, the past had value. But Pokémon was never really about the cards, or the games, or even the hype. It was about something else. A moment when everything felt new. When collecting something simple felt like discovering treasure. When a game felt like a world. And maybe that's why, no matter how many times it fades, Pokémon always comes back.